shoes? I don't wear shoes in my house, man. You walk around naked with your shoes, and your mom's like, "Put that fucking wiener away, man."
I walk around naked with a shoe on my penis.
With the shoe. Anyway, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Comics Noob podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Chris, a.k.a. the Comics Noob. And with me, as always, is my man, my family, my nephew Alec, or AJ Dubs, or as we call him, Shinobi. No, we don't.
A.k.a. the real star of the show. That's me.
Yeah, it's Alec, really, all the time. When he's actually he's phoning this in right now, literally, because he's online.
I'm the backbone, you know.
He's the backbone. I'm the front bone. All right, guys, what's going on? This is the Comics Noob podcast. We are a spoiler-filled review / reading things show. We are part of the Comics Noob. I'm sorry, we're part of the Comics Podcast Network, which is a pretty cool network full of amazing comic book related. I was going to say paraphernalia, but shows, podcasts. You can get to them at comicspodcasts.com. There's some S's in there. And we are part of that. So awesome. Yeah, so that's what we do here. We're going to talk about some things today. This is actually the New York ComicCon 2016 edition because Alec and I just got back from New York ComicCon literally this minute. Nope, I'm lying. It was yesterday. We got back yesterday. And so we're going to go through a few comics, not many this time around, but four. We're still going over 4 comics, which is fucking still enough. And then we're going to talk about our Comic-Con experiences this year, okay? So we're going to get into that. So let's just jump right into what we have to do, because we have a lot to talk about, and Alec and I are probably going to do a lot. We're going to talk
like rambling.
We're going to try and cut down the damn rambling is the whole point.
At least during the comic part.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be a ton of rambling later. Okay, on to Batman. So this is what we're doing today, guys. We're going to be doing Batman and Nightwing. Batman 8 and Nightwing 6 because it's Night of the Monstermen. Yes, we are still in Night of the Monstermen story arc line thing. And we're going to be talking Part 4 and Part 5, which is very interesting. Because there's someone mowing their lawn right outside my window. So if you guys hear that, I do apologize, but I'm not stopping the recording, so... if you guys hear that, I'm sorry. It's probably my landlord doing his fucking lawn. Anyway, so if you guys hear that, I apologize. So Nightwing, Batman, Nightwing, and then we're going to talk a little Dredd versus the Predator versus Aliens. That came out. We're reading that. And then the last one we're going to read, guys, is Big Trouble in Little China versus Escape from New York from our main man, Greg Pak, who writes another series we're reading called Kingsway West, which is just dope as shit. And yes, that's a good thing. So we're going to start on that. That's a new series that just started. It's a limited run. I think it's only 6 as well. We love to do these brand new limited run things. But yeah, so guys, we're playing catch up because we're still playing catch up, I think. We may be paring down some of the things we actually talk about because, I mean, aside from the ones that we don't talk about, that we just read personally, Alec and I are basically reading like 15 comics now. I mean, if I go back and see all the ones that we actually do talk about, like that we rotate on, you know, it's just insane. So let's move on to Batman number 8, which is Night of the Monstermen part 4. Part 4. All right. I just want to talk about the cover real quick because they've done it a couple times now where 1 or 2 of the covers are of like the monster that's at the end of the fucking issue. Mm-hmm. So like that red-headed tree monster thing.
Yeah.
Like which cover did you get?
I got the one that has that one on it.
Well, no, I think there's only those 2, but there's the one where Batman's flipping out with the red eyes.
No, not that one. The one where he's like hanging off the building
in the city. Yeah, that's the cooler one. Yeah. Okay, so they're still fighting these fucking monsters. The last issue we had Gotham Girl and Nightwing both turning into monsters, which is fucking crazy. And you have Orphan and Spoiler still in the cave dealing with this fungus, the fungus people, right?
Yep. And
so again, we're not going to go through the whole damn thing, but there's a lot of monster fighting ensues. Duke ends up popping out into the fray, and he turns Claire back into Claire, which is pretty cool. And Batwoman is fighting Nightwing. So, you know, I mean, I'm not going to go through all the shit. Very cool. There's some key elements in here One where Clayface, I was gonna call him Sandman for some reason. But the reason I was gonna do that is because what he does is he forms a fucking
he forms a suit over Batman. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna need to take a screen cap of that or something and put that.
You.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put that one
now.
up. But the one where he's standing there, when he's fully in it.
You want the one where I was gonna do the one where he's punching him, where he hits him with the left hand, and it's like ba-boom, and it's like the top left. It's like the top part of the page.
Oh yeah,
he's
fuck.
He's like only one
he's
way
punching
to know.
her. Yeah, okay, yeah, do that one. That's a good one. Yeah. I was into that one. Very. It's just like, dude, I don't ever recall that happening. Like, I don't ever recall Clayface being that fucking dope. So
he's usually not like a good guy.
No, yeah. Well, hey, listen, Carlo's trying to turn things around, He's doing a lot of things he's never done in this series, I think. He's splitting himself into a lot of fucking people, spreading his psyche thin, and he's becoming Batman, suiting up Batman. I want to know, how is he breathing? I guess it doesn't matter. It's a fucking
yeah, right?
It's a damn comic. You know what? It don't flipping matter. It looks amazing. I don't like. Can I tell you? I'm not exact. I love the art style, but the one thing I don't like about the art style, it's like I love it, but I don't like it. Fucking Batman looks like a little kid. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I can see it.
I don't like it. He looks like a little fucking kid. I mean, look, the art. I mean, it's got great motion, and you know how I always talk about motion in comics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best shot besides the Clayface Batsuit is when he zaps that 5-headed beast, and he's just like standing there like, yeah, I'm badass. You all suck, and this is why I'm Batman and you're not Batman. Yeah, just really fucking awesome fighting the monsters, man. It's all washed out, it's gray, and it's just fun, man. It's so cool. I just, again, that's a criticism I have. I don't like the way Batman is drawn. He looks like he's young, like he's like year one Batman or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. But
year one Batman even looked older than that. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
Year one Batman was pretty fucking diesel.
That's true. That's true. But a lot of cool moments in this one. Batgirl saves Batman, even though he's like, "What? I didn't need it, dumbass. Like, stop." Batgirl's stepping up, man. Batgirl's like everyone.
Batwoman.
A woman. Wow. Yeah. Sorry. God. Because fucking DC gods shoot me down here with DC rays. I don't know. Crazy.
DC rays.
I don't know. But yeah, so she's really like feeling her oats, and she's like, yeah, I'm fucking, Batwoman. I'm going to open up a stick that's literally 3 inches long and fucking hit you with it. Like, what the hell is that about, dude? Come on. Really? Yeah. She's squaring off against two monsters, and she opens up like a little baton shock stick, I assume. I think it's a shock stick, but first of all, it's very little, and it gets crushed the second she swings it at Gotham Monster. You know what I mean? But I think it's cool though because it's like, well, that was fruitless. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this awesome thing. Nope, it ain't happening. I like that. That was cool though. I was just making fun of it for the sake of making fun of it. Duke suits up, jumps out. Here's the funny thing. Batman trains a lot of these people. They've worked with him. He brings them into the fold, and then when they're all teamed up doing something, he says, "Do it my way, don't do it your way." Yet that's not how he trained them, and we talked.
But I think in this particular instance, like there's giant monsters about to swell. Like this is like different, This is like different than like your typical Batman scenario.
But you're arguing for what? Saying that he should be telling them to not
to an extent, yeah. Because if he's got a plan to handle some shit that no one would ever fucking even imagine that they would see in Gotham like this, then with all due respect, shut up and listen to the guy.
Right? But at the same time,
he seemed to handle it correctly anyway.
Yeah, but at the same time, he wants them to be independent and grow and utilize what he's taught them and what they've learned on their own.
But he is a person. He's always gonna have trouble letting go, though. He's always gonna.
He's got a control thing. Yeah,
fully fucking.
Mr. Bruce Wayne.
Okay, you guys can handle it. Like he's never gonna get to that point completely.
Right, but what I love about this whole storyline is everyone is still doing whatever they want, regardless.
Yeah,
and I love it.
And he's like, stop doing that. They're like, fuck you, Batman. This has to happen.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
But it works. But it works.
But that's my
point. Up, it seems like.
See, but that's my point. That's the whole thing. Is that Yeah,
I think shit like this is what's gonna make him, if anything, finally get to that point where he's like, okay,
like I've surrounded myself with the best of the best, and I did good. I did really good. So, yeah. So I mean, and that's basically what my whole point was. Another good shot is on the page when Duke jumps out of his little Batwing thing, and it's like the bat symbols, and he's dropping down. He yells, "Step!"
Oh yeah. I'm looking at that page right now. When he's like, "I didn't ask permission," and he's holding the gun.
Yeah. But right above that little insert panel, great.
Step away from Batman.
Yeah, with the shot, really good shot. I mean, I
love. I'm really liking this build up here. I really hope this becomes something like big.
Well, and so let's get to the end.
I don't even know who this guy's called though.
Which guy?
Duke Thomas. Like, we don't even know what he's called.
Well, yeah, you're right. We don't know, and it's nice. It is. It's a slow burn, and I like it. It's slow. We talked about how with the monsters, Clara gets taken back down and she turns back to herself, but then the Batwoman goes and squares off against Nightwing in the air, and they're fighting in the air. It ends that. Let's run over to the cage real quick. The cave with Orphan and Spoiler. And their flare, so last issue they were popping flares trying to raise the temperature inside the cave because it'll burn out the algae that's attacking these people, and then it would, So that works. It sloughs off them, but guess what? It turns into a fucking ginormous red-headed, tree-shouldered monster thing. And they're like, crap, And again, that's what, it's just like this one thing. They decided to put that on the cover. Because I'm sitting here going, when is that thing going to come out? What is that? And then all of a sudden it pops up. So those are your two things leading into issue number 5. I'm sorry, part 5 of the Monstermen, which is going to be in Nightwing. So let's go ahead and go right into there because let me write down time code. So let's do that. Let's go to Nightwing number 6, which is
it pretty much picks off, and they're still falling, right? When Batwoman's falling through the air, yeah.
Yep. So
Batwoman's
picks up
falling through the air, fighting Grayson.
Yep. So picks up where they're fighting, and Batwoman's. Awesome. First of all, which monster did you like better? Did you like Claire or did you like Grayson?
Man. I don't know, honestly. Like, I think Claire's was like more demonic, dude.
Definitely demonic, and more, whereas.
Like, I have the cover with the two of them fighting.
Yeah. That's a sick-ass cover.
Like the red spikes and shit, dude. Like, that's fucking crazy.
I know. But he's got red-tipped, like, claws and... It's very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. So, but then there's that other cover. Did you see the other cover? Where he's, like, screaming, like he's, like, is on top of the thing. You gotta love covers where they just, like, depict what's going on. It's, like, it has nothing to do with what's happening inside. It's just, like... like when did that even happen? So then we have, and again, it's funny because you read it and it's completely different art style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not washed out. It's more colorful, but still good because it, I don't know. I just like it's very vibrant and stuff. So Batwoman's falling, and they end up, she basically just rides him to the ground into Claire, where Clara has to, because she broke the gun after Duke hit her with the antidote, and the only way to get this antidote into Nightwing is to just basically have him land on it, and the only one that could sustain that fall was Claire. Gotham Girl. He turns back to himself, and the funniest fucking thing, he's like, I seem to have lost part of my shirt. Anything else I missed? Like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like right back into the swing of things.
Yeah. Very cool. And then the big tree monster making its way to the city. This art style, like I said, is very vibrant and stuff like that, but very comic booky. You know what I mean? Like Grayson's face, and very, very comic booky. Really cool shit. Orphan shows up. Orphan and Spoiler show back up, and Spoiler, because she's the Clue Master's daughter, like, she has this ability, she can hack into shit and everything, and she creates this thing where they're hacking in and getting all this information, all while this monster's on its way up to them. Very cool tension. I liked it. Dick's doing, Dick Grayson stuff. She's doing a little clue finding stuff, and they're running through the footages. They're running through the footage of Doctor Strange going through, Hugo Strange, looking at the 4 people that they were all patients of his. We come to find out, And, so there's all reasons why they are what they are, the type of monsters they are. And, there's a manipulator, fear, grief, and a child. Those were the 4. And when you go back and look at the monsters, then that makes sense. Those are those monsters. That's what they do, right? Yeah, and then it shows up on the building. And so they activate the bat towers, which were... Okay, I'm a little lost as to what the fuck the bat towers are.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad you said that because I don't know either.
Are they just big light things? Like what? Like what is it? You know what I mean? Oh,
I guess
it shocked it. Oh, it shocked it. It looked like it ignition. Okay, so it just like loaded it up with electricity and venting oxygen concentrate. So okay, so I guess it was just some type of thing in case big monsters attack the city, in which case they did here. They could use them. And that's what they did. And then as they're flying down, they're getting the hell out of Dodge and Nightwings. I told Bruce these were a good idea. He's like, I told Bruce these are a good idea. So they go in. So here's the kicker, guys. They defeat all the monsters, but they end up... Strange has a contingency plan in that these are like whatever, like self-learning spores or whatever the fuck it is. This goo goes from each one of these things and ends up creating this even bigger monster that is now going to be going through the city like insane. So they're dealing with that whole fucking thing. And while that's going on, you see Hugo Strange suiting up into a Batman suit, and the whole point is that he wants to fight Batman.
Yeah,
he wants to go fucking toe to toe with the big bat himself, and this is why we see him getting jacked the fuck up. Now we understand why he's jacked up. You know what I mean? Because he wants to go head to head. He wants to go toe to toe with Batman. I don't know why he thinks he could ever take Batman. And I'd be interested in seeing what his skill is going to be against Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can make a prediction, I'm going to say he's going to use some type of toxin or gas to try and immobilize.
I've never known Strange to be too much of a physical fighter.
I've never seen Doctor Strange this big. Again, I'm a noob.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about this guy, but he's putting the bat suit on and he's going to fucking try and fight Batman. And they're all like, it's a fucking trap. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. He wants me. He'll get me. Classic Bats. He don't give a shit. Exactly. He don't give a shit. Yeah. So, this, I'm going to say this wasn't the strongest of the parts. But it had some really good action.
The next issue's the last one though. So, I mean, it's got to be big.
Right. Well, no, this was a good... Okay, what I mean to say is this was a nice little bit of a lull where we get some information, which is obviously it's good writing. That's how you do good stories. You ramp up, then you have a quick little calm before the storm, and then boom. So, yeah. So here's what's going to happen, obviously. You're going to have the whole team, sans Batman, fighting this tree monster while Batman's fighting Doctor Strange, and it's probably going to be back and forth in the comic. We're going to see them fighting the monster and then Bats fighting Strange and back and forth like they have been here, which is awesome. I like this team. I think this team is dope. I like how Nightwing, pulled out another mask and he's like, yeah, man, I kept it in the lining of my suit like I did when I was a kid. I thought that was pretty cool. And, I mean, that's basically it. So we're set up for the final part 6, which is going to be... the final
conclusion.
Going to be, it says it's going to be in Detective Comics, and so that'll be next week. It actually comes out this week. So by, episode 20 of the ComicsNoob podcast, we're going to be talking, part 6 of that. So that's going to be cool. And I think, what else, man? Was there anything else in this thing? In this Night of the Monstermen?
I'd say this is about it.
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to continue the conversation with us, please do let us know on whatever the hell, any way you want to get to us. Twitter, at TheComicsNoob, Instagram stuff. If you're listening to it on YouTube or SoundCloud, get up in there. Let us know what you think of Night of the Monstermen. This is a really cool little story arc line thing. So, I mean,
story arc line thing.
We like it. We enjoy it. I mean, we definitely enjoy it.
We definitely enjoy the story arc line thing, without a doubt.
Yeah, So, having said all of those words in a string of sentences, why don't we move on to the next issue, which we're going to talk about is Captain Dredd's Awful Forest. No. Dr. Dredd. Dredd versus the aliens versus the predators versus the zombie apocalypse.
What does that even mean, bro?
I don't fucking know, man. Dredd.
What the fuck?
Dredd. It's Predator versus Judge Dredd versus aliens from ID Dubs, from the Dark Horse comic collection and ID Dubs.
From
crossovers. Disley Dubs. Crossover. Okay, guys, if you're not reading this comic, what the shit is wrong with you? Go read this comic. It's fun. It's Dr. Dredd. Why do I keep calling him Dr. Dredd? Why on God's green earth do I keep calling him Dr. Dredd? Whatever. I am the law. You go read this comic. It's fun.
I am the doctor.
It's cool. I love crossovers.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And well, basically, that's what this episode is. It's all about crossovers, man. So it is really the next crossover we got going on here.
Because Monstermen is crossed over between 3 series,
Right. So this is issue 2, Predator versus Judge Dredd versus aliens. In the first issue, we got to see that an alien was taken by some weird ass doctor inside this forest. Who he has just genetically altered creatures made from animals. They're like bipedal animals that he's genetically altered to be like sentient creatures and big and strong and protect him in his bayou swamp castle. And he takes a predator. He takes an alien. He impregnates the predator, and the predator's buddies, his camping buddies, come down and are trying to figure out where they are, and Judge Dredd is caught up in the mix because he's chasing this weird ass emoji dude through the forest, and so that's where we end up. So in the beginning of the issue, basically, Judge Dredd, the judges take down this weird criminal that they're chasing. They get attacked. This guy. Oh no, he's so stupid in it, but still, I gotta say, still kind of fun.
Yeah, I liked funny as fuck.
I liked how they did it. Stand it. He says after he gets shot, his bike gets exploded. He crashes into a tree, and his little his sayings as he's getting as they're walking up behind him, and he's like bleeding out on the ground. This robot thing is OMG, KFC, PDQ. Like what? Like. So pretty cool.
But one thing I liked about the way that they did this, though, was the fact that the predators were tracking them as they showed you what happened.
So
like each time they got to a point, it was like, oh, this happened here, and then they showed it, and it was like,
so
oh,
exactly.
Shit,
so the beginning, so the whole beginning of this is from the predators, the group of predators' point of view, who, by the way, they all look fucking dope. I would love like figures of these particular predators. So cool, especially the dude with the blade for a hand. Guy's awesome.
Yeah. I like the one in the scene in the part where they're all 4 standing there. I like the one all the way to the left.
Oh, the dude with the short dreads.
Yeah.
And the 2 blasters holding the huge spear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, with the skull on his as his codpiece. Yeah, I like that. I like the guy on the far right. He's my favorite with the blade.
Yeah,
in his
that
hand.
guy's awesome too.
So like Alex said, as they're tracking, we're seeing what's through their eyes. They're kind of assessing what happened, and they're like pretty much spot on because that's how good they are. And so they get to the point where these genetically altered creatures attack the judges and pull them out. And they kidnap them, put them in. What really cool part is when they all go invisible. And
yeah.
The one, it's like, and then they just all go visible, and then the one's this like little bear guy.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So he ends up showing back up. He shows back up to the doctor's. What's this dude's name again?
Dr. Reinhold. Reinhold. Dr. Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold. Okay. From Vice Versa is in this, and
from Beverly Hills Cop.
From Beverly Hills Cop, yep. No, Ryan is the Uber Oodle. What are those things called above the O? Is it Rhinestott or Stoat? Then I don't know. I think that's a long O. Rhinestote.
No, a line is long, a dot is short.
So the two dots are short. So it's
line would
it's
be
an
Stoat.
noise.
Yeah.
So Reinstadt.
Yeah.
All right, great. Dr. Reinstadt.
At least I'm pretty sure I'm like 90% sure that's what it is.
So here's the deal with Dr. Reinstadt. This dude was Judge Dredd was under the impression that he killed him a long time ago because he was in one of the blocks, which, by the way, I love the naming of these blocks. The blocks being the places where they live, where people live inside Mega City 1.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to the point where like, damn, it's in 5 years earlier, Melissa Gilbert block. They're in the Melissa Gilbert block. So I love how they name them after old, from from the girl from Roseanne, the one of the daughters from Roseanne. She's a lesbian.
Oh my God.
She has nothing to do with anything. It's just if you wanted to know which one it was Darlene, I think. And I'm 97% positive that that's the actress I'm thinking about. Anyway, so Judge thinks he kills him, and obviously he doesn't. But he had tested his stupid gene stuff on himself also, and he gave himself like arachnid eyes, and that's why he looks all dumb. And he brings them. I mean, this was just like a really like cool thing because he brings the judges in and he goes into his whole bad guy speech and explains everything to Judge Dredd and the other judges. And in the process, he explains how not only did he successfully impregnate the Predator, he's got a live specimen facehugger, which he puts on one of the judges, and that. Oh, but he changed it. He changed the formula of the facehugger, right? And so that not only does it impregnate. Hold on, I'm looking again. No, he didn't.
I think he changed it to a point that like only. I think what he was saying was that when the alien does come out, it's going to be like perfect.
Well, it'll be a perfect specimen. But wait, he didn't actually. It doesn't burst an alien from the dude's chest. It turns him into an alien. So what happens is. No, dude.
Not the facehugger one. Those were two different things.
No, but he put the facehugger on one of the judges.
Yeah, and he injected the other one with something else.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it now. You are absolutely correct. Okay, so yeah, Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. So he puts the facehugger on one guy. He injects one of the other. Just 4 judges, 3 men, and 1 woman, and then the other dude. Right, the other dude's turning into. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, okay. I read this a while ago, guys. Like a week and a half ago at this point. So we're really behind. And yeah, so he starts to turn into an alien. The doctor escapes with the female judge. He takes her with him and a bunch of his goons. And the reason they're escaping is because the predators are wrecking house. They are literally decimating the guys outside this lab. And it's just awesome. They're like taking these guys out, and it's so cool. And I really can't wait to see these guys in more action. So what happens is they take the girl. Judge Dredd is left locked in the room, locked in his little capsule tray table that he's laying on. Meanwhile, the last shot, the last page, on his left is the alien judge. We're gonna call him Alien Judge now because he's
Judge, yeah.
He's turned into like a half alien, half man. And behind that is another xenomorph. No.
That looks like the Predator.
That's a
xenomorph, right?
Predator morph.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah,
Predator.
That's a Predator. So he's got to fight a judge.
Predator. Yeah, did we just come up with that?
Fuck yeah! Not only did we get Predator, we also have Predajudge.
Predajudge.
Predajudge. Hashtag Predajudge and hashtag Preda. What do we say? Predomorph.
Dude, oh my God, if Judge Dredd becomes like a predator fucking alien, you could call him Dredditor.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is
name puns for days. Let's go.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, we were mistaken. He'd be a Xeno judge.
A Xeno Dredd.
No. Well, no.
A Dreddomorph.
He'd be a Dreddomorph. No, I'm saying the other dude is a Xeno Judge. The other guy that just happened. And then the other one is a Xenopred. We said a Xenopred. Yeah. Hashtag. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. We got it. All right,
Xenopred. That's what we saw.
Yeah. The other guy behind the Xenopred and the guy next to him is a Xeno Judge. Instead, we said a Predator. We said a Predajudge. But that's not true because he's not a predator. Yeah, he's not a predator. But what'd you say? He'd be a dread. What would it be? A Dredditor?
No.
A Dredditor.
A Dredditor, yeah. And
yeah, but it's not really. He'd
a
be
Predomorph, and a Dredditor.
Yeah. Oh, Predomorph. That was it. Not Xenopred. It was a Predomorph. Yeah, I like that one.
Predomorph and then a Dreddomorph if he becomes one.
Yeah, a Dreddomorph. Yeah. Okay, so. Great. Well, now we got those down. All right. Good job.
Now we got species. Let's go.
We got those down. Awesome. So yeah. So looking forward to the next issue. This is a fun comic. I like.
Yeah. What
this
is it like? There's 6 parts, right?
Oh God.
Some shit like that. I don't even know what
Jesus
this is. I don't think it's gonna be a long one.
You're asking me questions I don't know answers to.
Relax. I'm not putting you on the spot.
Yeah, you are. It's done. No, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what. I don't know if this is a limited run. It could just be a new series. Oh, these usually aren't long runs anyway. So.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, good, amazing stuff. I love it. I like it. It's fun. Now, guys, like we said, we're doing kind of like a crossover episode. At least the first half of this is a crossover type episode. So, having said that, why don't we go to our new number 1? And again, we're most likely going to keep reading this because they're just fun. So let's just add another one on the pile, Alec, because why the hell not? That's what we do, and that's that. So having said all that, let us move on to our next one, which is going to be fucking awesome. Big Trouble in Little China versus Escape from New York. That's right. You heard me correctly. All right? Just deal with it.
We saw this. What did we see this in the back of? I don't remember.
Oh God, come on, man. You're asking me again. You're asking me questions I have no logistically sound answers to.
Logistically sound.
Boom Studios by our boy Greg Pak. Yeah, he's our boy. So what? Deal with it. From Kingsway West, that guy we love. We're loving Kingsway West. That's a series we're going to keep up with on this cast pod. And now we've got a limited run, 6 issues, at least for now, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows how these things work? But Big Trouble in Little China versus Escape from New York. Actually, it's not even versus, is it? It's just Big Trouble in Little China, Escape. Oh, I guess it is versus. Yeah. No, it is versus. Whatever. Dude, it's Kurt Russell's 2 best characters, all right? Just going at each other, just raw dogging it, tiny knives and eye patches.
I think this is the best for us because Snake Plissken is like arguably my favorite character of all time, and Jack Burton's probably arguably your favorite character of all time.
You damn well hit that fucking nail right on its flat head,
I think this is just fucking perfect for us. Like,
so good. I love it. I am fucking Team Jack Burton, and you are fucking Team Snake, man.
Plissken, bro.
Team Plissken in the house. Bro. So we are divided, but we're not completely divided. We're
because they are still teammates.
They are. All right, so. Guys, normally with these number ones, we kind of recap a little bit of these things. So I'm just gonna go and I'll try and briefly recap. We start out with Jack Burton in his big rig, and he's doing his Jack Burton things, listening to music talking shit like he always does on the radio, where no one's probably listening to him. And then he ends up getting transported into an alternate dimension of. It's the same place, but just an alternate dimension in time where. He doesn't know what's going on.
Oakland, Texas.
Yeah, it's in the Plissken verse, right? So he sees his
Plissken verse.
Yeah, so he sees his buddy crap, what was his name again? Wang Chi is his buddy, right?
Chi, yeah.
From his universe in 87, and this new guy is looks just like him, but he's not him. He's another dude. He's got another name. So alternate universe, and he pretends he's Snake Plissken to get out of some trouble. Snake Plissken, on the other hand, gets put into trouble because
real quick, can I bring attention to the way the color changes when he changes dimension?
Oh yeah, it's like
the beginning is it's still colorful, but it's like normal, it's like a regular sunset type of day, and then Once he hits that portal, though, it's like fucking bright,
it's all vibrant and
colorful,
like deserty
looks
and like
amazing, dude.
hot.
Like,
Yeah.
Issues like this, what makes me love physical copies, because like having this shit,
because it's like it's right in your fucking face hole. I get
dude.
you, man. I hear that.
So nice.
I
just love the way it's drawn. I love the way it's drawn.
It's whimsical, man. Not Lucas Stanley whimsical, but it's fun. It's cartoony and it's fun though, you know. Yeah. And it's got a lot of motion. I like it. I like the motion in it. Again, you know me in motion. So, we cut with Snake, and they hear over the CB that Snake Plissken just took out like 9 of their buddies, seven of their brother Marauders, and they're like, and he turns around, they're all looking at him. They attack him. He wipes them out, and now he goes to find what the hell, who the hell this dude is pretending to be him. Meanwhile, our new friend Bobby Lou in this universe, instead of Wang Chi, Bobby Lou, his name is, fills us in basically that he was the last of, and he's driving a fucking mail truck, Alex. So
yeah,
he's driving a mail truck like I drive a mail truck, except his mail truck is better than mine because it's got a roll bar in front of it, and I would love to have a roll bar in front of one of my trucks. He throws a bag of chips too. That's pretty funny. Pops open the chips. So he's explaining that he was a security guard at the federal building in Lubbock, right? Back in 97. And Snake's like, 97? Shit, dude. That's literally 10 years, before his time, when this war broke out. And he was like one of the only ones left. So basically, Bobby Lou decided to, I don't know, save the world on his own. So he rigged his way into this National Reserve. So this is a really interesting thing, dude. They call this the oh no, never mind. We'll get to that point in a second. I'm sorry. He's just at this place where they found these artifacts, and it's basically these like, it's like a crystal, a scroll, and some type of another piece of like of wood or something like that. It was part of the government's secret vault. It was in the government's secret vault of supernatural research. So there's these 3 items, and he basically looking through the government's files. He found out about Snake Plissken, hero of Leningrad, youngest soldier ever to be decorated by the president for bravery. So he's like, I need to get this guy. So knowing spotty, was it Cantonese? He Mandarin. So I'm sorry, he's Mandarin. So using crappy Mandarin, he used these magical items to call Snake Plissken to him. Meanwhile, he pulled Jack Burton out of his dimension, and then Snake shows up. So and then they get into a little scuffle, Snake and Jack.
Sorry.
In the meantime, yeah, man, no problem. And then in the meantime, we've got Bobby just telling them, whoa, stop, guys. I listen. Since you're both here, we can both do this. You guys can help me, and yeah. So they end up kind of agreeing that they need them to get to the culture bunker in Cleveland, Ohio, and this is one of my favorite parts. He explains that the culture bunker was created so the government could collect the nation's cultural treasures. But because of the disaster that happened, they were only able to collect 1.2% of all of cultural treasures that they wanted.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious. And tie into the beginning, which we didn't talk about, as Jack's driving through, town before he gets warped, he's listening to Blind Apple Mary, some country blues classics, right? It turns out that they need to go to this vault, to this bunker, to save the one piece that they did get to collect, which was Blind Apple Mary's album. Or no, I think it's Blind Apple Mary. Is it Blind Apple? Hold on. Let me see. And people. Yeah, so they're going to go pick up Blind Apple Mary. So
Burton's like, whoa. And Plisken's like, damn it.
Because he was actually in the bar. He was listening to it before he was ambushed in the bar. So, yeah, I mean, I left out a bunch of stuff, but
I love at the end. It's like, shut up, you shut up, you shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's like I said, don't copy me. Yeah,
they got a fucking army outside, and they're fucking arguing like little kids. And
so we got the first issue. This is setting up what's going on, and it's fucking awesome because here's what I like. All right, it's got the whole silly shit that happens to Jack when something like when they both tripped over some pipes, right? And I'm sorry, no. Snake is backing up, trips over some pipes on the ground, knocking them into Snake. Did I say Jack? Jack trips over pipes, rolls them into Snake. He falls, and then Bobby disarms Snake, and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "How the hell did that happen?" He's like, Snake says that, and Bobby's like, "Yeah, he gets lucky like that, you know." And he's like, "Look, I planned that." And he's like,
"Yeah." He says it like 3 times that he's playing shit all the time, but he always just falls ass backwards.
That's one reason why I love Jack Burton is because he's like, "I fucking meant to do that." Of course,
exactly.
His whole persona, his whole plan of everything is, yeah, of course I did that. You know, like so. I liked it, and then Snake's just mad at everything. So
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I love it. So fun, so good. I can't wait to see them. Like you mentioned, they're just arguing. And at the very end, to be Snake-tenued. I mean, come on. This is great, man. Of course, very Mad Max with all these, crazy-looking people in these crazy wasteland outfits and all their cars and all this shit all screwed up and messed up, just like Mad Max. So very, very cool comic. Yeah, sorry if it was kind of convoluted, but I'm like, I was rehashing it, like I was re-experiencing it as I was going through it. But like I said, in these first issues, we like to just usually go through the issue because it's where, we're setting it up. So we like to talk about it out loud. Anyway, yeah, so good stuff. Anything else? Was there any little things, little nods or anything that you liked?
No.
We know.
I'd say we covered it all. I mean, honestly, I got to say my favorite page, and I just, as we were speaking, posted a picture of it on the Instagram
at TheComicsNoob on Instagram.com.
It's him sitting there. It's when he's sitting there, and it's like, and his name is Snake Plissken, and he's sitting there with his gun and his fucking beer and shit.
Yeah,
and like in the bar, like just that scene of him sitting there looking all mean is fucking great. I love it.
Look at you popping these things up as we're talking, you sumbitch. Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for us. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. Yeah, check it out on the TheComicsNoob at Instagram.com. Yeah, good shit, guys. Go check that out. It's a fun comic, especially if you're into those two devils. They're fun. They're amazing, and yeah, good stuff. So, I guess without further ado, let's move on to the next segment, which we're going to talk about, which is going to be New York ComicCon 2016 in New York City, Javits Center. If you don't know where that is, don't worry about it. It's a place where they have this thing, guys. Alec and I went to New York Comic-Con. It was fun. I've gone the past couple years to New York Comic-Con. Before that, I've been to a bunch of Wizard World ones. And it was good stuff. I want you to go check out the Comics Noob on Instagram because I put up a lot of
cool stuff up there.
A lot of cool stuff up. Not as much as I'd like. Unfortunately, I was half working, half having fun, half on the hunt for pops. I will say that I did not get a chance to spend much time in Artist Alley. However, most of the people that I would want to have seen or got something signed from were not there. But that's okay. What I'm going to do on the YouTube channel, guys, all right, and just search the Comics Noob on YouTube because right now we don't have enough subs to have our own name on there. Thanks fucking Google. But you guys can help remedy that by going in and following us on YouTube. That'd be awesome if you subbed on YouTube. And but what I'm going to do is this week we're going to get up a little video of just kind of walking around, and you can look at the stuff. I'm going to intercut it with some of the images in case you don't have an Instagram or you're afraid of Instagram. You don't want to go see that. I will put a video up there with some cool music. And so you guys can just check it out. If you've never gone or you wanted to see what the New York one looked like, go check it out. It'll be fun. That's going to be up online on our YouTube channel. Another very, very awesome thing, which I'm going to talk about, is I met two guys there named Darnell and George, and they are from the Party Nerdz, and you can get them at thepartynerds.com. I'm sorry, partynerds.com. Check them out, guys. They also they're based out of Philadelphia, and they're a comics kind of podcast. They got a kind of a cool crew with them, bunch of very diverse people on their crew, and they talk about some really, really cool stuff. They're a new podcast as well. They're doing really, really well. So if you go to YouTube and you see this video, or you go to Instagram, check it out. The dude that looks exactly like Luke Cage, that's one of the dudes. I got a picture of both of them up there actually. But Darnell, that's Luke. He's Luke Cage. Dude looks so much like Luke Cage. He's so good.
Yeah,
he actually
really does. It's kind of
now scary. He looks so much like Luke Cage that the cast of the Defenders at Comic-Con, he got called up to hang out with them. They saw him, like one of the producer people or whoever was their handlers saw him and they said, "Hey, you want to come meet them?" And so he got. If you go to his thing, he's Caged Nerd. Let me just double check that while I'm talking. I believe he's the Cage Nerd on Instagram. Go check him out. You can also check out the Party Nerds on Cage Nerds, the Party Nerds, Cage Nerd, CAGED Nerd. That's his personal. Go check it out. George is also on there too, and you could see that there's an image of him with shades from Luke Cage Netflix series. He was also with Iron Fist himself, the man, and Diamondback, I believe, he's also with Diamondback. He also met DMC. They met Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, like really cool stuff. So he got to meet a lot of cool people at Comic-Con simply because he literally is Luke Cage. So really cool dude. Their podcast, I've listened to the latest one of their podcasts, and I'm going to go play catch up and probably binge listen to all their other stuff. Really cool stuff. They're topical. They talk about some really cool things in comics and just like nerd media in general. Awesome stuff. Please check them out. The Party Nerds on Instagram, partynerds.com. Go check them out. They're awesome. After this podcast, there's going to be a little. I recorded a little promo with them, promoting themselves, and they kind of promoted me too. And we're probably going to be doing some type of crossover with them and some type of like cross promotion type stuff with them, which would be awesome. So I'm hoping that can get worked out. So you might be hearing them on here or us on there or vice versa. But I really just want to let you guys know, because as our podcast grows and we meet people and we get bigger into this whole community, I'm hoping to meet more people. We had our first guest a few weeks back, and Wesley from DC Universe Picks on Instagram, and we're going to have him on again. We're looking to get a local comic book writer and artist, and also Batman aficionado, one of Alex's good friends, and we're hoping to have him on here. So we're doing it, man.
Exciting.
We're trying to do our thing. We're trying to get we're injecting ourselves into this community, and we're very happy, and we feel blessed to have met and worked with the people that we have, and so it's fun. We love doing this, and for something that we just wanted to sit here and talk about comics, I think this could turn into something really fun, even more fun than it already is. So guys, go check those guys out, the Party Nerds, and look for something in the future for maybe some collaboration stuff. So that'll be awesome. So at the end of this, we got a little promo, so just at the very end, just listen to that. It'll be cool, and you'll see the video on YouTube. We'll have that up on the YouTube at the end of the Comic-Con video that I put up. So having done all that, yeah, Comic-Con was awesome. Again, go check out the Instagram or the video, and you'll see like a bunch of really cool cosplays. I saw Ratchet, which was wonderful. I've never seen a Ratchet cosplay before, and that was a pretty good Ratchet, and that's pretty cool because he popped in on the Instagram and was like, "Hey, that's me!" Like, so that was pretty cool. That's my favorite hero right there. Like, that was video game hero. Like most people have Mario and shit like that. Like that's my Mario right there. Exactly. Like, so that was really cool. It was cool that he contacted and he found us on Instagram. Actually, it's a girl. Was it she? Oh, for real? Oh, yeah. Yeah. She then. My bad. Named Wendy. Very cool, very cool. Glad that worked out. And I got a picture. If you look on our Instagram, my wife and I got a picture with John Bernthal, which was awesome. Shane from The Walking Dead and the Punisher himself from Daredevil season 2, and he's now filming Punisher, his own season on Netflix. So it's just awesome. That dude is awesome. So we got to meet him. He's a very imposing dude. He's really cool. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to really hang with him. We just kind of took a picture and they rushed you along, but still got to meet him, shook his hand, told him he's awesome. That was cool. Then we sat in on his panel, which was he's just a really cool dude. So that was really fun. I'll probably get I've got a couple of pictures and like a little bit of a video that I'm going to put up in the video that I do for YouTube, so you get to see a little bit of that. And Alec, that was the only panel that I was able to get to. It's really tough, man. It's really tough. You really need more than one day. And next year, I would say at least 2 solid days. At least 2, yeah. So I mean, next year, my wife and I were planning to go Friday and Saturday. So we're gonna try and work that out, dude. You know, so if you can come with us, if not,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
you know, so we're gonna try and get there 2 days at least. Alec and I went separately though. I was there. My ass got up at 4 a.m, and I got there by 8 o'clock, and we were online all. You know, we were just exhausted from standing and waiting on lines, and you know that's what you do. But we wanted to make sure we didn't miss our picture, and we had another friend with us who was getting a picture with Stan Lee. So so he got a picture with Stan Lee. That's Kenny. Kenny got a picture with Stan Lee. So that's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, being that I think it's supposed to be Stan Lee's last ComicCon, his last appearance at ComicCons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and you know, so I think we're gonna try and get there. So we got there early. Alec got there a little later, but Alec just wanted to get to a certain panel and search for Pops, which I believe.
Yeah,
he did,
I wanted to go to the it was the Boom Bat Pow panel, and it was DMC from Run DMC, Method Man from the Wu-Tang Clan, obviously, and a couple of Parrish Smith from EPMD.
Mm-hmm.
And also Axel Alonso, I think his name is. He's like the chief editor-in-chief of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
There was one other artist writer there. I forgot his fucking name. I feel like a dick. And then there was another artist that did a lot of the the drawn covers of a lot of hip hop artists like throughout the years.
Yeah.
And basically the panel was just about how much the two worlds really are intertwined, and how back in the day in the early rap lyrics, like the way that they came through and made an impact quickly and caught your eye in their songs was basically doing shit that the comic books did to catch your eye, you know, like using certain adjectives to describe them as MCs, whereas, you know, Spider-Man was amazing and Hulk was incredible and Iron Man was invincible, and then rappers would come out and say all these crazy things that they would do, like DMC was repeating lines of his from songs, you know, about like busted through doors and shit like that, and he's like, you know, rappers don't do that shit, superheroes do that shit, you know. So he's showing kind of where like that energy in that world of comic books, because that was a lot of kids that were poor and shit, because comic books were so cheap. So a lot of kids that were broken shit in the streets, like, you know, where hip hop really started and came from.
Yeah.
That was their main outlet. So, you know, so much of that shit is and you know, Method Man had a trio with Ghostface, Killah, and Raekwon from Wu-Tang. Like they like did their own thing, and it was Wu Massacre, but they all were under names of like comic book characters, and you know, the covers were all drawn like comic books and shit like that. And recently they did all the hip hop variant covers of all the comics, you know, where they took, you know, famous hip hop albums from history and you know, recreated them as you know, like with the heroes and stuff like that. So it was really fucking interesting. You know, it was cool to hear that shit.
No, that's it sounds.
And you know,
awesome.
I'm a fucking huge Method Man fan, so that's like, I just wanted to go to see him talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And I also walked by the little booth that was set up for I think it's called Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, the web series I showed you.
Yeah.
With Ninjak from comics. And the guy that's playing Bloodshot in the show was there. I walked by and I saw him there. He was signing autographs and stuff. People were lined up.
Nice.
And I'm really fucking excited about that. I showed you the trailer to that shit, dude. Eternal Warrior, you know, I'm always fucking raving about. He's in that. So I'm really hyped to see what happens with that too. And I picked up. I was really, like you said, I was just scouring for Pops all over the place. All the ones I wanted the most were all too expensive. Like the fucking main one I wanted. Qui-Gon Jinn from the Phantom Menace, and there was only one of him there, and he was $240, and I was like, fuck, man, like I wish I would have given anything to be able to get my hands on him.
Yeah.
And you saw, what was it, the Spider-Man that was $600, that was at the same stand that was that I got my Ryu from.
Yep.
And the only other thing was I met this writer author. I feel like a dick. His name is Neil something, and I'm drawing a blank right now. But he's from the UK, and he was pushing this series that he had called Twisted Dark, and he's with T-Pub Comics, and they do multiple other series, but this main one that he was really pushing to us was called Twisted Dark. And he picks up the first issue, and he goes, you see, there's a challenge I'm doing today. He goes, you have to open up and you have to read the first story in this, because it's like it's a book of short stories. You know, it's like a graphic novel of 11 short stories. Okay. And they all intertwine, and like they're all completely different, but they all intertwine in some way. Yeah, yeah. And basically, the way that they're written is, well, no, sorry. So don't let me get ahead of myself. The challenge that he said was, he goes, he picks up the first issue and he says, you have to read the first story of this, and then, or the first two stories, and then try and put it down and walk away without buying it. He says, and yeah, I'm such a sucker for dark, twisted comics that, like, I didn't even open it yet, and I was like, fuck, I'm probably gonna buy this. Like, I already failed this fucking guy's challenge. So like, I read the first story, and you know, it was fucking, dude, it was only like 2 pages long, and it was just fucking, it was crazy. And then when I got on the train on the way home, I read the second and third stories. Yeah. And, dude, it's fucking mind blowing. First off, the art reminds me a lot of like manga art. You know, the way that that's drawn in the black and white color scheme and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's fucking awesome. And it's just basically they set these stories up so real world, and so like, this is this person and this is what he does and this is who they are and blah 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 blah, and then just one crazy fucking thing happens in each story that just flips the shit around in a way you just fucking weren't expecting. You know, like one thing just fucking throws it off completely. And but each story has a quote right before it, and or like one central key word that the story after that quote is gonna represent. You know what I mean? Okay, like the second quote is routine, and the second story has to do with routine. The third quote was about slavery of like third world countries and stuff, and then that's what the third story had to do with. Yeah. You know, so like there's kind of like a setup and stuff. Like the way it's written and the way it's drawn and shit is just fucking, it's just great. Like, and I picked up the guy had a sale. He was like you can get the first one for 15, or I'll give you the first and the second one for 20, because I got too much shit and I got to leave in 4 hours and I can't take it all home with me. So I was like, fuck yeah, give me 1 and 2, sign them for me. And there's a picture of that up on the Insta as well. I put up a picture of the covers of the two of them, and what he signed in there for me. He said, "Let the twisted journey begin," or some shit like that. Nice. And yeah, the guy was really fucking cool, and those comics are fucking awesome. And they have a bunch of other series too. There's actually another one I was going to send you the link to on my phone. It's a free webcomic series. It's called Theatrics, and it's like a 1930s crime noir thing.
Oh yeah, we talked about getting into noirs, remember?
Yeah, and it's just, you know, so it's like perfect timing. So I'm gonna and ironically, actually, my friend who I want to bring on the show, the comic that he's finishing up and pushing right now is also a crime noir.
Okay, cool.
And so yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's pretty much.
Sounds good. Nice. So there you go, guys. That's that. And the name of that one again was what's it called again?
What, the comic? Twisted Dark.
Twisted Dark. I was gonna say Perfect Dark, but I didn't think that was right. So, so Twisted Dark. So, that was what you should read. Basically. That went right into what you should read. So, I honestly don't have anything for you should read this week. So we're just gonna, go. That's what we're gonna do. Go right into that. So yeah, go check out Twisted Dark. If I can't find it, I'm going to borrow Alex and read.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, I'll let you borrow.
And now, is it a series or it's just it's it? It's a graphic novel. That's it's like.
I don't even know really yet. I have to read deeper into it. But the guy said that even though they're completely different stories, characters, they all interconnect somehow. And I was like flipping through the second graphic novel, like the second volume. And I actually caught sight of a couple of the characters I seen in the first stories. So, I guess that the shit all is going to come together and culminate. And there's like 6 volumes of it or 5 volumes of it, I think, right now.
Okay, so maybe yeah.
There's a lot of shit of it. And the only place I've really I saw it on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon and I saw it on Midtown Comics. But I definitely haven't seen it in any stores.
Okay, so then I might. All right, so then I might have to. All right, so either way, well, we'll probably just talk about it once we go through it, just to do it eventually at some point.
It would be great to talk about because, dude, the fucking stories are like, they're great. One of them is like heart wrenching that I've read so far. You know what I mean? Like they really like. You remember playing Heavy Rain and how it really gets to you, like it really hits you like emotionally, like it's like that, dude.
All right, so we'll definitely read that. So, awesome. So. I guess that's about it, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? Comic-Con, again, Comic-Con was fun. So you can see we each had our own experiences there at Comic-Con, which is pretty cool. And funny thing is we whoa, sorry.
We didn't even see each other.
And we didn't even see each other, yeah. We didn't even see each other. And but we both had different experiences, so that was pretty cool. So I wanted to, my wife and I wanted to hit that panel that Alec went to, but again, you really need more than one flipping day to go because it's like there was no time. We had at the time we got out of the John Bernthal panel, it was like if we didn't go back up to like see like if we wanted to get pops or anything, like we would if we went to the panel, we wouldn't have had time to do that. As it was, I didn't even have time to run through the Artist Alley again. There weren't really, I went through there real quick. And
I ran through there as they were packing shit up. That's where I saw Ratchet.
Exactly, yeah. And I was probably there like a half hour before you or something like that. And it's like, yeah, it really
prints are really cool, but I almost don't like when I'm like I didn't have a lot of money to spend. Yeah. So like when you're broke, Artist Alley is the worst place to go.
Because
there's so many fucking prints that you want.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, dude. I could have spent thousands of dollars there.
Exactly, and
I could have just pops alone. I could have spent thousands, and then shirts and other bullshit. I could have went so much more. Like,
oh man, I know that's the as it is. I bought 5 pops myself, and
I bought one, and I'm pleased to announce that Ryu was my 70th pop.
Nice. How many do I have now? I don't have 70. I think I maybe have like 15. I don't have a lot of pops.
You got like what, like 10, 9 or 10 now, probably?
No, I think I got like 15 now. No, maybe,
maybe
like
look
12.
At that.
Maybe like 12.
Dude, that's coming along though, man. That's coming along.
I'm gonna put up my meager. I'll put up my meager collection up on the Instagram eventually. But anyway, I think that's a show, man. I think that's it. I want to thank everyone for listening to us ramble about Comic-Con and the theme of this show obviously was crossovers, which is pretty cool. Crossovers / Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's always fun to have a theme.
2016. Yeah, well, I'm trying to theme it out. It's funny is I don't actually try, but I've been labeling these episodes not.
It just seemingly happens that way. We're like, oh shit, all these to have this in them.
Yeah, exactly.
It just works like that.
Yeah,
like
so
that time we did Possession and shit. Like,
yeah, that was cool, man. So yeah, so I mean that's how I've been like kind of like labeling these things now, just to like have a thing to be a thing, instead of just like, oh, we read this and this and that's in the title, it's dumb. Yeah. Anyway, so needless to say, Alec and I are pretty tired from all our gallivanting, and I was actually at a food festival the night before Comic-Con, not very late, but I just gorged myself on amazing fucking food from all over the place out in Flushing like Queens out here, and it was just amazing, so much fun. And then came home, woke up mad early, went to Comic-Con, came home, and not very late, and I was in bed kind of, at a decent time, like before midnight, but just exhausted, just so shot. And yeah, and then tonight got to record my the other podcast I do called Third Person Podcast on YouTube. You can find us. We're doing Westworld episode 2 tonight. We do live reactions, and we just finished the Fear the Walking Dead last week and the first episode of Westworld last week. So guys, go check out. You can also get us on Instagram and Twitter at Third Person Pod, and you can also search that on YouTube, and you can get those videos there. Those are video podcasts that you can watch or listen to. And again, we're doing Westworld. We just finished Fear the Walking Dead. We have a week or two before. We've got another 2 weeks, a week. So I don't know. The end of October is going to be The Walking Dead, and we're going to be doing that. In the meantime, we're also doing Westworld. So if you guys are into those things, go check them out, please. That's Third Person Pod. Go check that out. Instagram, Twitter. Again, go check us out at TheComicsNoob, at TheComicsNoob, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's also Third Person is also on Facebook too. You could do at Third Person Pod. And what else we got going on? you like some gaming? Go check out Ronin Gaming. I'm on Twitter and Instagram Twitter is Ronin1011. Go at Ronin1011 on YouTube and Twitter, or Ronin Gaming. You just search Ronin Gaming on that stuff too and get me there. If you like gaming on Twitch, if you go to twitch.com Ronin1011, that's my live stream channel. Some video games, you like some funny stuff, check out YouTube. Go watch me and Herman. If you want to get us on Twitter, me_and_Herman. That's some funny comedy stuff that I do.
Yeah, that shit is fucking hysterical.
Thank you very much. We do a lot of things. This is my plugging part session, even though we did it earlier. Instagram, go check out DC_Universe_Pics. That's DC Universe Pics on Instagram. Our buddy Wesley, go check him out. Go check out partynerds.com or on Twitter at thepartynerds. Our new buddies Darnell and George, go check them out. We're going to hopefully do some stuff with them. And Al, I think that's it. I think we've done number 19. I didn't even say the episode number at the beginning of the show. Number 19. We're at 19 weeks in. I'm feeling good. I like it.
God damn, we got the big venti coming next. The big
venti.
2-0,
We've got the big tall drink of venti coming.
We got the tall venti grande.
Tall venti grande coming. So, guys, thank you again for all your support. Appreciate it. Whether you're listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, or if you're watching and listening on YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate the support. How about the important support? There you go. That's what I meant to say. I think that's what I meant to say. Yeah. So I'm exhausted. So, yeah. So, guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And this is definitely fun. And as always, if you have any suggestions, comments, or you want to continue the conversation, just leave it, man. Leave some words for us. Give us some words. Any words would be fine for us. We don't care, as long as you're showing us some love or hate, whatever. Anyway, that's it. We're done. Enjoy what you're reading. Let us know what you're reading. Have a good week. We will see you next week. And I think we're done. Right? Done?
Yep, that's about it. Adios, everyone.
Adios.
See you later.
Peace.
Party Nerds here live at ComicCon, New York City. Luke Cage, Party Nerds Live podcast, also representing the Comics Noob, one of the best new podcast shows you can watch. Party Nerds Live, the Comics Noob, two best. We're on Wildfire Radio every Tuesday night, 6:45. Check us out. Peace. Ooh.